What is going on, guys? Reseller Tom here. Today we're giving you the full tutorial on how to list hats, the whole hat strategy, my hat strategy in depth. That way you guys get maximum value, make thousands of extra dollars this year on hats alone. Now, mainly I'm a clothing reseller, and I've been sourcing like 50 per day. Typically I'll do like 20 per day, so it's kind of building up here. But now my goal is to build up a huge draft bank and get everything in these boxes. The last thing you want is a pile that looks like that. Even though this is all listed, if it sells, it's a pain in the to find. So make sure you get this stuff, the extra stuff, immediately in your SKU system. It's going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to basically free up some mental real estate, because the last thing that you want is to have things laying around, and then also it takes a long time to try to find the thing, right? So this video is all about hats. It's our hat video, basically how to list hats, as you guys can see. And so we're gonna go over all that right now. So if you guys like content like this, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you smash the thumbs up, because it's going to motivate me to make way more videos just like this. So in this tutorial, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to list hats, what are the best hats to get, how to source hats, how to get them for dirt cheap, and basically what you need to do to make a whole lot of money with hats. So the first thing that I do is I always take hats in a very specific order. So let's just start off with this Quicksilver trucker hat. We're going to go over all the different styles as well, and strap back or snapback or fitted. We're going to go through all that right now. So found this at the bins for 50 cents. All the hats you're going to see today are sub 50 cents. Can I get a hallelujah? At the bins, depending where you're at, I mean, there's some bins where a hat like this could be 25 cents. It's just in LA, it's $3.19. They actually raised the price recently. I didn't even notice, but it used to be like $2.70, and now it's $3, which is insane. So I'd say this is still around 50 cents, which is really good. And I flip hats like this all the time for $8 to $10 profit. With hats, you're not going to get huge profit margins. Like, you're not going to be 20 to 30 ASP unless you're only sourcing like super rare vintage hats, or hats that are in super high demand like Lululemon or something like that. But for the most part, you're going to want to price your hats at like 15 starting off, and then with a 20 to 30% coupon, it's going to come down to like $10 or so, and then you would charge $5.95 for flat rate shipping, or $6.80. Recently, for all my hats, I've just been listing the shipping price at just $6.80, which is on the higher side for a hat, because it costs me anywhere from $3.99 to $4 to ship the hat out. So I am making a significant margin just off of the shipping cost. And if you're wondering, if it's like a very expensive structured hat, I'll put it in a box. But pretty much any unstructured hat, I put in a poly mailer, because it's unstructured. So a hat like this is structured, meaning that the brim here, right here, the brim is it's a structured hat, right? A dad hat or an unstructured hat just like lays flat if you don't have anything inside. Like, and we'll talk about how I make structured hats look good for photos in a second. But a structured hat it's rigid, it's like hard. And if you put a hat like this in the poly mailer, it could absolutely get crushed. So for structured hats, you would probably want to put them in boxes, even though I've sold hundreds of hats that are structured in poly mailers, and I've had zero negative feedback because of it, or really any concerns, which is kind of weird. Hats do have an interesting way of, you can form them back to a good shape. It's not that hard. There's strategies, like if you stuff it with socks or whatever, you can get that shape back. But to be honest, like, I have shipped many hats in poly mailers, and I know a lot of you are going to roast me in the comments for that. But to be honest, I have not gotten a single negative feedback or really anything related to the fact that it was in a poly bag. Now, all the professional hat sellers are going to say put it in a box, which I'll right now say yes, you should put it in a box, but it's going to cost you more money. And so if you're only making $6 to $10 profit and you get the box for, I don't know, 50 cents or $1, it is going to cut your margins. So it's your business. You can do what you want. I haven't really had any issues putting even structured hats like this in a poly mailer. If it's like a super rare structured vintage, like, and I sold it for a high like ASP, like over $20, yes, I'll put it in a box. But if it's getting sold for like $12 out the door, like, I'll just put it in a poly mailer, and I don't really get any negative feedback or anything, to be honest. Like, I've never had a negative feedback saying like the person shipped my hat in a poly mailer, which is going to help you really save on your costs. So this is a Quicksilver, pretty good brand. I'd say the hat brands are that you want to pick up at the bins. Like I said, this cost me like 50 cents. So like, you know, Quicksilver, Rip Curl, Hurley, Brixton, Polo Ralph Lauren hats do really good. Adidas does really, really good. Nike hats do really, really good. And then I also go super heavy with any type of sports team related hat. So like football, basketball, baseball, you're going to find all that. New Era, 47. You will find a bunch of those types of hats at the bins. I even pick up college hats, so like UCLA hats, because I'm in LA, so I find those all the time. I find Dodgers hats all the time. So with your location, you're going to find hats that are tailored to that location. Colleges do well. Trucker hats do very well. A trucker hat is basically where there's a mesh back here. So hat selling 101, a trucker hat is usually a hat that is structured, which is this rigid part right here. It's not like laying flat. It's rigid. And I also have a bag in here, as you can see right here. For all my hat photos, I put just a plastic like Ralph's bag in every hat, just to make sure it's fully like filled out. That way people can really see the shape. And a trucker hat is basically like a mesh back. And I would say trucker hats are a little more desirable than any other hat right now. Everything always changes, but in a trucker usually is a snapback. So this is what a snapback looks like. And if you guys are getting value right now, make sure you smash the like button, because I wish I had a video like this when I first started selling hats. So if you guys find this video useful, make sure you smash the like button. So that's a trucker hat, and then just a normal structured hat. Let's find a good example here. This is an example of a normal structured hat. I do have a bag in here to just fill it out so people can read everything and see everything. But if I didn't have a bag, it would just kind of lay flat and it's floppy, and it's like clothing basically. So with these types of hats, there's no issue at all putting it in a poly mailer when you ship it off. And the brims never get destroyed while shipping. I've never had an issue with the brim or anything. And if you're getting these hats at the bins, if it's withstanding the bins, like the brim, it's going to withstand shipping. So because the bins is insane. There's a lot of heavy stuff on top of these hats as well. So if they're in good shape at the bins, they'll probably be good shape when you ship it out to your customer. Here's a fitted hat, I believe. So we're really covering everything here in this video. So a fitted hat is basically when the back doesn't have a strap back or a snap back. This is considered a fitted hat. And a fitted hat will always have the size tag inside. So 7/ in the title, which I'll go over in a second, but you just do 7, then 1/2 for the size, and this is a fitted hat. So we went over the snapback, we went over a fitted hat, and then this one is a strap back. So a strap back has a buckle, and it just has that cloth right here, and you just basically strap it on. And then we talked about hats are really easy to understand, guys. It's really not too it's not complicated, but you just got to figure out like this is a strap back right here. It's pretty easy to learn, to be honest. You just need to know the keywords to use in your title, which we'll go over titles in a second. This is a strap back. Which one is this one? This is a strap back. This is like a true strap back with the Velcro, but you don't want to ever put Velcro in the title because you'll get a Vero. What's this? This is a strap back right here. This is a vintage Nike hat, which I've listed for $68, and it's kind of a trucker style because it has the mesh back. So let's go over the photos, what I do. I'm giving you guys all the sauce, so please subscribe if you're not already, and give the video a thumbs up. So I have a front facing photo, and I do the same exact format for all of my listings on hats because it's just streamlined, it's fast. Hats are extremely easy and fast to list. It takes like 5 minutes to list 10. It's insane. Okay, so you get the front, then you get the side angle, then you get the other side angle, then you get the top. My hand's in here. You don't want to have your hand in there. It's my fault. Then kind of get in the mesh, kind of just showing the color. It's off-white. It's a little yellow. For a vintage hat, it's going to be yellow, but you need to make sure you show this so you don't get an item not as described. So you have to show inside because, okay, for instance, if a hat has just like a super orange, dark yellow tint, don't get it. This is pretty bad, but people, you'd be surprised, people still buy hats just like this in this type of condition where there's like sweat stains and stuff. It's disgusting, but you'd be surprised, people still buy it. Vintage Nike hat, and then like I said, a snapback. So that's the format. See over here I got the mesh, and then you want to get the inside, and then you want to get the brim on the inside, and then you want to get the tag, and then you get the whatever it is, a snapback, strap back, whatever it is, fitted. There's only really 3 things that you have to know. So in the comments down below, this is the test. What is this? Is it a snapback? Is it a fitted hat, or is it a strap back? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's basically it. So let's go over how to list a hat. And so let's go to the Nike one. I have it listed pretty high. Oh, I just got a sale. Let's see what it was. What is the sale? Oh, the North Face was paid for $100. I guess when you give out value in the marketplace, you get it back freely. Or not freely. If you give things out freely, expecting nothing in return, the value comes back to you, which is a law of reciprocity. Okay, let's get straight into it right now. All right, so this is a vintage. This is a more rare hat. I have this priced way up because this is a very this is like an 80s type vintage hat, which is a very expensive hat. It's very rare that I find expensive hats, but anytime I find Nike, anything hat related, I pick it up. Anything Adidas related, I'll pick it up. Puma, like all like those athletic brands, no matter what it is, pick it up. Any sports team related brand, pick it up. And any sport, football, baseball, basketball, pick it up. If there's a college or a beach, or yeah, a college, a beach, sports teams, like the mall brand stuff, like even Gap hats and like Urban Outfitter and J. Crew and just the mall brand type hats you can never go wrong with. Any type of athletic type brands, definitely get it. And then any, like I said, sports, or like if there's a college, or even some countries do really good, like a Mexico hat, or Japan hat. Like those have sold for me many times in the past. Puerto Rico, etc. So the title structure is very simple. It's kind of similar to clothing. Usually I would not put vintage, but since this is a true vintage hat with the tag showing, and this is like an 80s type hat, and if you don't know what type of hat it is or whatever, you can always use Google Lens. I do that all the time, and I did it with this one to see what year it was and like what style it was. So always use Google Lens as your friend. And so basically what you want to do is you want to do the brand Nike. Then you want to do what type of hat it is. So in this case, it's a trucker snapback hat. So if it was like strap back, you would just put strap back. If it was fitted, you would put fitted. So vintage Nike trucker snapback. I could actually, this SEO isn't perfect. So I'm sorry. So it's vintage Nike hat cap is the next word that you'll use. So you do the brand Nike hat cap, because that's what it is. It's a hat. And the reason why I do cap as well is because there's two ways of saying it. And so you would just put both of those. So you do the brand, then you do what it is, a hat. And then you would do the style, trucker. This is a trucker snapback, so I put that in. If it was just strap back, you would just put strap back. If it was fitted, you would put fitted with the 1/7. If it was a snapback, you would just put snapback, and then the color, and then any keywords that are associated with the hat. So you could put embroidered. You could put the year if it's more of a vintage hat. You could put graphic logo. You could put unstructured or structured. You could put the word adults, but you really want to try to max out the title as best as you can. It's very important. So let's go through just another hat, just so you can really see the structure and everything. We'll go through one more hat, and then we'll call it a day here. Look at this feedback, guys. Two weeks ago. So I actually just got a feedback removed, and like I don't know why eBay didn't like instantly move back all the feedback that I had, but they claim that I did not refund the money and that I do not purchase. It's a scam when like I refunded it. So I would show you that I refunded it. Maybe I could blur it out, but I gave this person a refund, and eBay usually will side with you and give the buyer a refund. So let's just prove to you guys that I gave this person a refund. I shouldn't be doing this, but my channel is tiny, so I don't think it's gonna bite me in the ass, but it will. But I want to prove to you guys that I'm a loyal person. Why isn't this showing me the where is the order details here? Oh, their address. No. I have to blur that part out. I refunded them, right? I refunded them. Usually eBay's got my back. If I refunded them, they'll take it off. But this person said I'd never refunded them and that I'm a scam even though I refunded them. This one, eBay like removed it, but they just removed the text. I don't know. I want to have to try to get it off. At least it's going all right. All right, so let's let's just see another one. And as you guys know, I love 100% feedback. It actually really irritates me that I have 2 right here that aren't getting taken off when they should both be getting taken off because I've refunded both of them. But I guess eBay is being mean to me. Okay. Let's just do a sports brand because you guys will find a bunch of sports brands. So let's go through it right here. Revised listing. And see, the title's not fully it's not fully done because I was doing it fast. So let's do this together and I'll try to max it out as best as I can, just so we can, you always want to max out the title. With SEO, that's really what you want to do. Los Angeles, hat cap, Dodgers. So, I mean, you could just do this too. Los Angeles Dodgers, that's what the hat is. Hat cap, strap back, and I do space. Strap back, blue. So I did this really fast, and that's why it's all messed up right now. The brand is 47. When it if it's like Nike or Adidas, then you want to put the brand up front. But if it's a sports team or anything, people aren't researching what the brand is first thing. They're researching Los Angeles Dodgers. So when it comes to sports teams, you want to put the team first. You don't want to put the brand because no one's researching a 47 hat, right? So you need to make sure that when it comes to sports teams, or if it's like a country or a state, the only way you would want to put the brand is if it's a mall brand like J. Crew or like Adidas. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here, but for sports teams, you want to put the sports team first and then the hat cap. So there isn't a one size fits all. Like with clothing, there's pretty much a one size fits all. I mean, you could make the argument that even like a jersey, you would just want to put the team, the brand doesn't really matter SEO wise. But for hats, it does vary. If it's a sports team, you want to put what the sports team is first, and then it's hat cap, strap back, because that's what it is. Then it's blue because it's blue. So I could do blue just to fill out the title. I'm doing this at an angle. And then you can do the brand. Unstructured. You just put adult. So that's filling out the title a little bit more. You could put like embroidery or embroidered. So then with item specifics for hats, you just one size fits all. You could also, if you ran out of like your if you ran out of like for an unstructured hat, usually all of them are one size fits all. So if you're running out of like things to say in the title, because you really want to try to max it out, you could put just one O, like whatever the abbreviation is for one size fits all. And then you would put the brand. For 47, you need to put that comma 47 to actually see it in the drop down. Only apply things and item specifics that have a drop down. I don't add anything for player, gender. I mean, I'll just put men. I feel like no one researches unisex. It kind of confused the algorithm. If it was like a pink hat, I would put women's. And women's will still search that and buy a blue one. Like I see women all the time with blue ones. And then that's pretty much it. And then good use condition. Make sure you try to put, if like it's yellow and like disgusting, like this one was fine. If it's like yellow, then you would want to put that in. I always change my descriptions like to a standard script that I have. And then for weight, you can put 8 or 9 ounces for international sales. And then that's basically it. So hopefully you guys got some value today. If you did, make sure you're smashing the like button. If you smash the like button, you're going to get a sale within 24 hours here. Let's do a quick offer. I get offers like this all the time. I have short keys. But if you guys got value in this video, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, because most people that watch this channel are not subscribed. So if you want value like this every single day, where I bring you value just like this, what sold videos, thrift hauls, and this whole channel is based around helping you make way more profit. So if that is something you're interested in, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.